I can't think of a better public servant.
He had a great vision, what we call the vision thing in Washington.
I think that Dale is a mentor's mentor.
What impresses me most about Dale is his selflessness.
There are thousands and probably tens of thousands of people who recognize that he is a national treasure.
Greetings, everyone, from the heart of the Eurozone crisis. It's great to take a break for a bit and pay tribute to Dale Hatfield.
Dale Hatfield is a legend in the telecommunications industry for his positive influence on national policy and for his personal impact on so many people for almost 4 decades. Dale has been a senior advisor in the White House, the Department of Commerce, and the Federal Communications Commission. Much of his work focused on how America uses its wireless spectrum and how to get the most value for the American public from this scarce resource.
He saw that there was a need to free spectrum up, to make it more flexible. He saw there was a need for unlicensed spectrum because that really leads to innovation.
Dale's legacy in government, I think, can be talked about in a number of different ways. One is that he was central in training an entire generation of policymakers, and each of them has learned about his view of public service, which is that you try and do the right thing, you get all the facts you possibly can, and you try and build a consensus around the right public policy result for the American people. That will be his legacy.
Dale has also been a relentless advocate for people with disabilities and promoting public safety communications vital to our nation's well-being.
His passion really shines through when it comes to what can be done in this country, both from a policy and a technological standpoint, to help those who have disabilities.
When it comes to people with disabilities, when it comes to Native Americans, and when it comes to entrepreneurs for companies that haven't been invented yet, Dale Hatfield is thinking about the issues that affect them. And that's part of what makes him such a special public servant.
And Dale has had a global impact as well, being one of the independent sources of advice to newly emerging policymakers around the world.
Dale has had a huge impact all over the world, especially in developing countries. Everywhere he goes, he imparts his wisdom and how broadband and the internet can help countries in terms of economic development. He's a rock star.
So he's been a person who, from the standpoint of the United States, has served as an indispensable man for at least 40 years, in fact, somewhat more than 40 years.
Dale retired from the FCC and government service in December of 2000, but his dedication to public service continued. He now serves on advisory groups to both the Federal Communications Commission and the U.S. Department of Commerce. Dale may be formally retired, but he still stays very active serving the public.
Dale created the BITAG. Now, BITAG stands for Broadband Internet Technical Advisory Group. And he created the BITAG because he saw that there was a need for a group of engineers to determine what is reasonable network management when it comes to providing internet access. So it was his brainchild.
Dale epitomizes the concept of a public servant. Even his current university efforts are really about education. And here again, he's always been a public servant in that sense.
He has this uncanny knack for taking extremely complex circumstances, whether it's technology, policy, economics, and explaining them in elegant, simple terms that people can understand.
The most brilliant of engineering students and the most timid of arts and science students and the most cocky of law students all walk away from their interactions with Dale in absolute awe and feeling like they understand technology.
In recognition of his extraordinary contributions to public policy in telecommunications and the internet, and as a legacy to his service at the University of Colorado, the school has established the Dale Hatfield Professorship.
He's our inspiration, he's our guiding light. We couldn't do this without Dale. The amount of people who are willing to come to Boulder because Dale Hatfield asked them, the amount of people who want to spend their time, money, and effort in Silicon Flatirons, in the Hatfield Professorship, and in our Hatfield Scholars Program, it continues to astonish me. So he has literally done more than anyone to help us get where we are.
Dale, you've been a colleague, a friend, and truly an inspiration to me during the entire course of my career. Thank you for everything, my friend, and congratulations.